And this is me being a trans woman.
Yeah, I know, though. I mean, there was a thing.
Currently streaming
There was some things
on the
before.
Black Ages for
I
the
mean, 'cause,
YouTube channel.
I was hoping he would bring you up there with me. I really was. And because there were some things on there before I went on that panel that he was like talking about, and I'm like, man, you really need to shut your mouth because you have no idea what you have no idea the boundaries you're crossing right now talking to these two women the way you're talking to them, because you'll never, and I will never understand what he, whenever they were talking about, the way, black people are stopped when they're with their, because cops are assholes. They really are. They treat people different. They really do. So for what he was saying,
see, I don't understand what you're saying, see.
no, because they were talking to him about. I don't know how they got onto they were talking about something that I don't even know how I got onto it. They were talking about. He was talking about white people versus black people being stopped in cars, and the girls were trying to explain something to him. He's like, no, he goes, you just can't do anything. You just have to sit there. And I'm like, but you don't, buddy, how it is. I don't understand how it is to be black. I'm not black. I'm white. I'm a white person. I don't understand how it's like. I've seen it.
And that's what and Ash, that's what they were trying to explain to him. That's what Fee and Christina were definitely trying to explain to him the difference. My parents didn't just say, "Oh, well, be respectful." Sorry about that. My window's open. Cars outside. Be respectful and whatever he said. He said, "Be respectful" and something else. He just said two things. My parents literally sat us down, and it was like an hour-long conversation with them telling us things, us asking questions. My mother showed me, where I should be placing my hand, ask permission to reach and grab something. I always look the officer in the eye. I always say, yes, sir, no, sir, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. It was a long thing. It wasn't just that blow away that he said, oh, be respectful and comply. That's not good enough for Black people, sir. What's not clicking?
Exactly, and I understand exactly what you're saying, and I understand exactly what the two women up there that were saying. They were trying to explain to him, but he just doesn't get it. He'll never understand that. I mean, I'm not gonna say I do because I don't. But it's not right. They treat being treated just different just because of your skin color is not right. I will never in my life condone it. It's like, give me a break.
So Ashley, another thing is I want to point out to you is I don't know if you saw. Oh, I'm sorry, Lala. You want to say something, love?
Oh no, real quick. There's no getting through to someone like him. And I found out he was a Trump supporter as well.
Oh God.
So yeah. So
yeah, you'll get through.
No matter what we said, it was gonna go in one ear and out the other. I mean, he pissed me off so bad. I wanted to reach through the phone, and I was really waiting for you to come up there, Kate. But he got bananas.
Lala, when you were talking to him, I was like, listen to what she's telling you. You don't get it, buddy. You would never understand what she's trying. What he was saying was nonsense. It is. It's like, listen to what they're trying to explain to you. Go look at it. Go look at videos. Go look at this crap. Tell me it doesn't happen every day of the week.
So it wouldn't have mattered. Ashley, but I do have to step down. I just want to let y'all know I love y'all and I support you.
Thank you, Lala. That's a lot coming from you. I always see you on Thinkers Live, child. I'll be just fangirling over all of y'all. But thank you. I appreciate that.
No problem. Have a good one, y'all.
Okay, love. You too. I think, Ashley, the biggest problem that I had was it wasn't an issue about trans women going in the restroom. If you notice what he said about the pictures that you showed, it's an issue of passability.
Yes.
It's an issue with him. Who passes and who doesn't pass. So if you pass to where I don't notice anything and it never crossed my mind, then I'm fine. But the second that you move the wrong way, and maybe I can see a little bit of that Adam's apple, or maybe I think that your features are too strong, then I have a issue with it. Because other than that, how would you know?
Really, how many times have you been into the women's bathroom? And has anybody ever told you?
Oh, that's the only place I go.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
That's the only place I go. I've never been confronted.
Exactly. And that's the thing. The men are the ones that are have all the problem with it, because there is a hell of a lot more women out there that don't even scare. They don't say shit. They don't, they don't look at anybody. They just go in there, do their business, wash their hands and get out. It's like that's what I was trying to explain to them. I've been to this club numerous times. I've gone to this bathroom by myself numerous times. I've stand in line to go to the bathroom, and women standing in front of me, women standing behind me, and nobody's ever told me, can you please leave? Nobody's ever told me shit. They didn't even take a second look.
Never been told anything ever. I mean, I've been going on 6 years of transitioning. I've never been beat up. I've never been physically assaulted. I've never been chased after. I walk around every single day. People are nice to me. I don't change my voice to try to sound a certain way. And people are just nice. Like, I don't have any issues. I go in whatever restroom I want to go to, wherever I'm at. So I don't understand, what is this obsession that people have?
They're
One second, Ash.
Sure.
1 second, Ash. Brian, age, and yeah, just age, I guess.
No,
this is not a religious conversation.
Nearly 70.
I'm sorry?
Nearly 70.
And we do need to be sensitive.
So that's
I asked you how old.
That's
How old you? How old
69,
you?
at 69 and a bit.
What would you say to those voices, particularly?
Okay. All right.
69.
Not interested. All right. Play with your mama. Don't play with me.
Hey, have
Marks,
you guys seen the
Marks,
live?
Marks, what's
there's
up?
There's a live right now where they're protesting. So far I only know two that they're protesting for: trans rights and women rights. I think they're doing more. I'll have to find the live again and share it though.
Yeah, please do.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
I saw it
Ashley
and
would
I
be
was just
interested,
like, yes.
because I'm not.
I just followed you. You can share it with me.
Yeah.
I just dropped the can. Oops.
But
I think it was. Do you guys know the account name Sad?
Sad?
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure it was up here on that account a while ago.
I don't know.
Because I know I recognize both of your guys' usernames. I just don't remember what account it was on.
I have
Brian, no means no, Brian. Go away. Go sleep off the alcohol, Brian. I don't want to talk to you. Go away, dude. No, I don't know that account. But anyway, Ashley, the issue is it's very much a passability thing about who's passable and not. Just how, a lot of trans girls are very nasty and visceral towards girls who are clocky, as they call them, or great about the children. That's just something that they just make up to make themselves feel good. Because if they were actually concerned about children, the reading levels in America would be so much better.
True.
They'll be more protecting of the children going into schools. They'll have metal detectors in every single school. Hey, what's up, Jay?
Their issue, you know what their
But they
issue
don't.
is? People like that, their issue is what's inside of our pants, and that's none of their damn business.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, it's a thing about the penis.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
You see, he didn't have an issue with a trans man going into the men's restroom. He didn't have an issue with that. Why? Because he likes that. Or what he thinks is there.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like, y'all have no idea what's in people. Like, y'all need to stop assuming.
Exactly. I mean, because I get asked it all the time when I'm hosting my lives. Well, we know what you have between your legs. Are you sure you know what's between my legs? Are you sure?
Like, that's weird.
Yeah, I'm like,
I don't talk to someone about I don't talk to just people, strangers that I don't know, about what's inside of their pants. I don't do that. But you all feel so comfortable asking trans women that.
I told this one guy one night when he told me that, I go, are you in my bedroom with me and my wife when we go to sleep? Because I don't see you in our bed. I go, are you my doctor? Because you're not my doctor. So the only two people that know what's between my legs is my wife and my doctor. So you have no idea what's between my legs. So
it's a disgusting assumption that it's just it makes me irritated It makes me really fear for trans women who can't protect themselves.
Yeah.
And it bothers me for society because it's making it okay for bigots and transphobes just to go out and just, go after people that they think, just assume with no evidence that it's trans or not. And I have a huge issue with that.
Well, Kate, I want to tell you something, and I really hope you do. If I ever say anything wrong, tell me, because I'll fix it. Please,
Okay.
because I don't want to say anything that where somebody else gets mad and they're like, "Well, then fuck Ashley." I want to be told this way. I know, if I said something wrong, I can fix it next time. I'm not perfect. I'm not, and I will admit that. So if you ever see me somewhere and you say, "Hold on, Ashley, that's not right," tell me, and I'll fix it right then and there, and I'll tell you, "Hey, Kate, okay, I'm sorry I said it that way. Yeah, it's this way." So, because I don't, I think you're a beautiful person. I know who you are, and I know you've been in my lives before, and I do appreciate when you come into mine too. So, I saw you were on right now, so I wanted to come in and tell you hi at the same time.
Sure, no problem. You have a good night,
Hey,
Ashley.
you do the same, love. Have a good night. Real quick, I'm gonna follow this account.
Okay, bye bye.
This is my third account. So thanks, love. Talk to you soon.
Alrighty, bye bye.
Bye bye.
Hey, BSR 05. Hey, y'all. Hello, Miss Hyena. Miss Hina, girl, you was over there egging me on and just live. And I can't wait till you get up there to read them. I was going to mop the floor with him in a very nice, soft way. But I was going to mop the floor with him because I already had an issue with what he was saying about the whole race thing. So that already triggered me. Like I was already disgusted by that child. But I was going to mop each inch, each square foot of his home with him.
Listen, you would have been nubbed by the end of your.
Hmm.
It was so funny because, like, I
Because
put
all
some
that
stuff in the
going out and
comments.
waiting for your kids, child, all that walking out the restroom and waiting for your wife and kids to get done, child, I'm not with it.
I'm not with
Because
it,
I
and
didn't
that's
come in
what
there
I'm
for
saying.
them.
And there was somebody in the comments talking about um that means men can just dress up and get into the bathroom. I'm like, dude, it's so much easier to just become a youth pastor. If a man
They
was
ain't got to
just
put on
trying
no
to,
wigs.
you don't gotta put no
They
wig.
snatch women right off the streets.
Okay, look, all you gotta do is be a bus driver, a coach, a police officer,
They-
a damn.
or you know what? Y'all hand them y'all wife and children every time y'all walk into church. Y'all just handing them to
Exactly.
the predator.
You should send
Just
them on
handing
over.
them.
And you
There
know
you
what? The
go.
church don't give a damn about doing no background checks. You can have a whole backlog of all of your essay charges, and the church wouldn't even care. They just have you handing over kids, being Sunday school teachers, and all kinds of stuff. Baby, please. That made
Baby,
me
say
so
who the
mad.
real problem is. Right. And
No,
it's just a fun and oddly, I think that it's a form of deflection because it wasn't
it is.
70,000 trans women who had that link page or whatever when y'all was talking about all the
Exactly.
disgusting stuff that y'all it wasn't trans women who did that, baby. It was y'all.
It was them, Kate, and that's the problem that I be having with these discussions. The majority of the time when we're having a discussion about gender neutral bathrooms, it's the men that have a problem with it. And it's not because they're worried about women, because women already know, women already know who the danger is. We already know, okay? That's number one. And
Hmm.
number two, it's the same men who have these talking points about gender neutral bathrooms being an issue that still think that women wearing short skirts and Daisy Dukes is what's getting them braked in the streets. You don't know what our threats are, okay? And you can care less about it. I think what it boils down to is that they just want to uphold the patriarchy. They just want to uphold male supremacy, and they don't want men to step out of their whatever box that they have created for them. And that's just all that it is. Like, they want to continue to be dangerous. And it's funny how, you know what's hilarious about this whole thing is that these are the same men who will get up here and say not all men aren't dangerous. The majority of men are upstanding and all this other stuff. But when we have conversations about human beings wanting to be themselves and be free, they always weaponize dangerous men, don't they? It's always like you never know what they got going into these women's bathrooms. Now all of a sudden, men are just naturally predatory, right? But if we would have had the same comment that I came up and said all men are predatory, he would have been like, no. But at the same time, you're saying that even the men that choose to live in their truth and be who they really are still going to be predatory. And so that's the reason why we shouldn't let them in bathrooms. You understand what I'm saying? It's like they double talk. It's a hypocrisy for me.
Child, not only that, not only that, I'm really thinking to myself, are y'all trying to take the attention off of yourselves? Because if you
Yes.
think about it, when you were younger, and I know most women in the comments will say this, your mother set you down and talked to you about going places and how to protect yourself around men. Here, been get home from school. Don't let no man talk to you. If a stranger try to come up to you and da 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 da, which most of the time we're thinking about strangers, we're thinking about men. Help and get
Yes.
home.
Yeah.
Women rush to get home, not because it's a
Mm-hmm.
trans woman around the corner. Oh
Nope.
my God, she's gonna help me with my hair and makeup. Let me hurry up and get home.
And make no mistake that we all understand that the reason why T women are being targeted is because of their proximity to femininity. They want to, in any way, like subjugate women. Period. And they feel like they have more of a like justice in regulating and forcing T women out of their place because they feel like the closer you are to proximity to women, your oppression is justified. You get what I'm saying? And like it's like they don't say the quiet part out loud. Like they feel like, oh, because you present or you are a woman, we get to tell you what to do. Nah, you can't go in that bathroom. That's really what it is. It has
Right.
nothing to do with um you know self-expression, but everything to do with now that you're a woman and you're in your truth. Now we get to tell you what the fuck to do. That's all that it is.
Right. Right. You should let me do it, girl. The stories I have. Well, you should
And
let
it's
me
no
do it.
surprise.
Ugh,
It's
child,
no
Katie, Katie.
surprise. It's no
When I
surprise
tell
that he
you I
took the
be having
same stance.
stories for days.
Yeah, and it's no surprise that he took the stance about how black people are the cause and the reason behind police brutality. Because I mean, can we stop on that for a second? Because it's like
Mm.
it's like first of all, it's low hanging fruit to come for T women and black folks. So let's just be honest about the thing. We T women and black men, just T people in general, LGBTQ, all of them. We're no stranger to oppression and people kind of police us and tell us what we shouldn't do, what we shouldn't wear, where we shouldn't go, that kind of thing. And so for him to be like, oh, you need to teach your people to what is the word that he used? Basically to comply with the police, and that's how y'all gonna get y'all numbers down as far as getting unalive. It's like, dude, what? It would be you, and especially in that stupid ass accent. That was triggering me with your country ass accent, telling black folks that the
Mhm.
reason why we're getting unalive because we're not complying. I mean, just say you that dude. You just say you're
Have
that
you not
guy.
watched the videos? How many people that got unalive with their hands up, or how many people were unalive by a pew pew in the back because they were either trying to get away from the cop because the cop was acting irrational.
Erratic,
Sorry,
yeah, erratic, yes.
and I
Yes, and he
mean,
don't give a damn about
come
that.
on now.
He
Do you
don't
know
give
how
a
many?
damn
Do you know
about
how many
that.
tax dollars these cities and these police departments have paid families millions upon millions and millions of dollars for unjustified unalivement of their loved ones? And you mean to tell me it's not a problem?
No, he's saying that it is a problem, and he said that it's our problem. It's not the police's
Yeah.
problem. It's our problem.
Mm.
Some
Okay.
I
Well,
killed my mom.
I wonder how he feels if that were to happen to his child.
He
Because it's
wouldn't feel
okay
that
to
way.
watch other
He's a
people get
white sea child.
oppressed, but I would like for him to be oppressed and go through that. They can't handle
But
that. They can't handle hearing the word no. And that's why I love telling YT people no. Talking about if my wife felt uncomfortable in the restroom with you, would you leave? No. I tell her, girl, move and move that funny looking
exactly.
baby so I can use it.
A period. Because what you gonna do? It
Crap a
is very
year.
seldom that you go in a public restroom and they got a problem with you going in there. I know that, Kate. Like I know that
Uh-huh.
there, like it happens every now and then, but come on, let's just be for real.
Never. What's your Miss Hyena, baby? It has never ever happened.
I know it hasn't. That's what I'm trying to
Never.
say. Like it's
I've
stupid.
never
Women
walked in
know
a
who the
restroom
real
and a
threat
woman
is.
was like, they'd be like, hey, you got a pad or something? Oh, girl, no, I'm not. No, I'm sorry,
That's my point, and it's
girl. They asked if I
frustrating
got,
because
girl, you got some spray.
and
Child.
it's my I guess so apparent that men like Jeff and people who think like Jeff don't really listen to women because we've made it very clear that that is the least of our worries. We ain't worried about see women coming in the restroom with us. We're more worried about sending our kids to church and leaving them with the daggone youth pastor more than anything. We're worried about the deacons. We're
Child.
worried about and you know what else I wanted to say this too. I think that people are now needing to understand that just because you deconstruct from
Ooh,
religion does not mean that
ooh.
you have deconstructed from all levels of oppression. He still
We
has
was
some
just talking
cognitive
about that before you
dissonance.
came up there.
Yes, from religion. There are so many men that I know who are deconstructed from religion but haven't deconstructed from misogyny. There are so many women who deconstructed from
Mm.
religion but haven't deconstructed from their internalized misogyny. So my thing is, just because you have thrown away the Bible, don't mean you've thrown away all of its tenets. Because if you're worried about genders being what they are and basically like your sex is determined by birth, and that's it. Baby, you still in Abrahamic religions, baby. You still got work to do. Period. You're not done. You
I,
just need to go back and
you
rewrite
know,
and
I
learn
hold
some shit.
religious lives. Right. I hold religious lives all the time. And don't bring up me being trans. I don't bring up nothing trans. Like a lot of people in here are always in here. Ism will tell you, I don't bring up nothing about being trans. And these men will always bring it up every single time they bring it up. And then the whole shit about Jeff saying that he thinks that trans people are mentally ill. I really want to clock him on that too.
Ooh, wait.
I really wanted to clock him on that too. So if it's a mental illness, why I can't get a check for it?
Exactly. Why is it not
If
covered in
it's
my
like
insurance?
that, if it's disrupting my life to this extent to where I'm taking hormones and I'm putting my body through what I'm putting it through, baby, run me my check every month.
Period.
I will gladly
Also,
take it, child.
and I also wanted to, I really wanted to stop saying T phobia because that even though I know what you meant, Earth Sanctuary, I'm not coming for you. I'm just coming for the word. It's what's the other word for it? It's T philia, like where they're actually like
What?
it's a hatred for T. It's not because phobia means fear.
Tra- tra-
They're not afraid. They have a
yeah,
hatred.
it's not a fear. No, it's just trans hate. It's just trans
What's the
hate.
name?
Or
What's the name of
or
that
a
word?
lot of them.
What's that word mean? Is it transphilia? I'm gonna go look at it real quick.
Yeah, go look it up, child, and let me know. A lot of them like to unalive the black trans girls. Then want to yell penis panic. Oh, I didn't know she had. You knew that. You knew that. Now, what you didn't know is that your homeboy, had found out, and once he found out that you was doing what you was doing, then you want to go and take that girl life, or when she don't want to play the game with you no more, or when she say, "Well, since you want to play it like this, I'm gonna go ahead and expose you." Because y'all men know that y'all are treacherous when it comes to the way that y'all be trying to treat trans women. I will air your ass out. Do not play with me. I'm all for keeping your privacy your privacy. I don't believe it should be everybody's business what you're doing in the bedroom. Matter of fact, I don't think it should be nobody's business. But try me if you want to. Try me if you want. I'm not that type of girl. But baby, you better believe fat meat is greasy. Yes, child. They always try to play us in our face. You knocking the dust off me and then get around your homeboys and try to act funny. Oh no, we don't do that. I'm cool with all the boys in my neighborhood. All of them. All of them speak. I walk right past all of them. Hey y'all. They know not to play. Let one of them try to crack slick that's not from around here. That just come over here and see me and try to crack slick. Everybody, no, 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 no. Nah, man, leave her alone. Man, don't come around here without it. Yep, because they already know I'm finna read you for filth. If you want to hit, just say it. You want my number, just say it. That's not the way you get somebody's attention.
Okay, so I can't find it for some reason. I gotta really dig, but I know that that's not the word. There's another word for it, but I'm gonna DM it to you. But yeah, that's really what it boils down to. It's just their hatred for anything they. And I mean, let's be honest. I will say that it is a new concept that people are able to live in their truth because of the advancement of science, the advancement of medical science, and everything else. Not to mention the fact that social media has you given us, all of us, humanity, the right to express themselves.
Transmedia? Is it transmedia?
It's transmedia. That's it.
Okay.
That's it. That's the
Okay.
word. Thank you, skeptic. I'm skeptical, but yeah, that's it. And so the reality of it is like because we have social media where we're able to because before social media we were forced to have to go through the powers that be to get our stories out, to have to make it on the news or whatever the case may be. But now we have social media, we're able to actually broadcast our lives, our thoughts, our experiences to where everybody can see it. So now it's no way that we can't go back. Humanity is moving forward, right? And so I feel like these people, they are afraid of what they don't understand. Not just afraid, but they hate what they don't understand. And this is the reason why so many people place God in the unknown, because they want they want some type of way to quantify things, so that they can be. You know what it is? It's categorical thinking, right? It's like I need to be able to quickly uh label you so that it makes sense for me and I can feel safe. But when it comes to these types of discussions, they can't. It's like now they brain farting. They don't know what to do, and that just shows that your mind is rigid and that you need places to grow and that you're not smart as you think you are. And so that live, because I've never actually sat and watched Jeff's live before because he was just very boring, given very much unseasoned chicken. And this was my first time actually running across him because the only reason why I sat in there was because Fee and Christina was in there. I'd never be in his room for real.
Me too.
And so I went and I was like, what's going on? And I heard him talk. I said, oh, this is a food. Okay. Yeah, this is a straight up food.
Baby, the way
I
that
wanted
Fee
to get
gathered
there
him
so bad.
together.
Hey, oh, she gathered him and still was dumb, still was saying stupid shit. I was in the comments like, bro, if you want your platform, just shut up. Shut up. Read a book.
See the
Don't
thing?
try to
Well,
show the
I
whole
said
world
that
how
too.
dumb you are.
His black following that he had, the atheist black following. First of all, news spreads like fire in the black atheist community, and he's done for. He can kiss that.
Goodbye.
Okay. Earth. He can kiss his black following goodbye. He can just consider himself canceled, honey. He can kiss that shit goodbye. The kid's not gonna deal with him no more. Mm-hmm.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
And so I really want us to start coining this word transmithia because that's transmithia. Because that's it. It's not transphobia. Not at all. It is definitely transmithia. And so because people need to understand what it really is, baby. Just call it what it is. You have a hate. That's just all it boils down to. And Kate, I am so sorry that I know you go through this and you got tough skin and everything, and but I just want you to know, I don't think it ain't right. It's just not right at all. And I feel like that question when they ask people, what is a woman? It should be an easy ask. It should be easy. I present like I know that it's hard because whatever the case may be, but it really just should be an easy I present as a woman. Like a woman is a woman who a human being who presents as a feminine, as a female. That's it. It should just
They
be
know
that
that,
that
y'all.
simple.
Yeah, they know that, and that's why, like, when they come up here and be like, bro, or I was talking to him, or yes, sir. And I say, don't play dumb. You know who you and what you're dealing with. F the voice. Look, get into the mug. Click on the picture. Get into the mug. See the name. You know who you dealing with.
Because you're definitely giving fish, baby. Period. Like I
Baby
don't
tilapia.
understand. Period. Straight salmon, baby. Please, please. You know, and
I ain't never had no man to say, you know what, I ain't gonna go ahead and hit because you know what I'm saying your voice deep. Ain't ever had it.
and won't. And I think what it
And
really boils
won't.
down to is that they have an issue with. Let me tell you what I really think it is. Hey, what I think it is that they can't regulate see women like they can regulate uh women um that are females. You
Mm,
get what I'm saying? I think that what it boils down to
mm,
because T women really do have an advantage over the feminine over females in that y'all have control over your reproduction. You get what I'm saying? Like y'all have control over
mm,
like you get what I'm saying? And so that's how they tie females down. Because they do things like Roe v. Wade, you know what I'm saying? Like, force women to
mhm,
reproduce. They do things through grape. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's down to is if we see women, and I mean all women being able to have control over their bodies, make it up into like corporate leadership positions, all the other stuff, then it sets the tone for all women, females included. Does that make sense what I'm saying? And I feel like that's one of the reasons why they push back. So because you don't ever have them. So when these men have problems talking about people in general, they never really talk about T men, right? It never be T men,
mm-mm.
because in some cases, T men still are able to reproduce, and those laws still apply to T men. Does that make sense? What I'm saying? And so, not to
Mhm.
mention the fact that T men, uh, they don't feel any, threat from them because they still feel like even if you're a T man, you're still not able to be as strong or what, even though that's not true. But that's what in their brain they need to feel like if you're a female, you're going to be weaker just genetically. And so I feel like when we
Um,
have these discussions, they're only talking about T women because they're afraid that T women are going to show females how it can be done
mhm,
when they have control over their reproduction. That's what I
mhm,
think. That's why I think they're targeting y'all like that.
mhm. Because they can't have control over trans women the way they try to have control over cis women. And when it comes to control, they have to have it. They have to have it. Because in the back of their mind, they're feeling like, how can I have control over another man? Because that's the way that they look at us as other men, as feminine men,
Yep.
and they love it. Even as so many, like even like and Jay, maybe you can contest to this. I don't know if you have or not, but even I've had even GAY men have an issue with me because they were trying to talk to my boyfriend. And they're like, well, he's the date man, and now he dating trans women. Like everybody want to date a trans woman. Everybody want a trans woman now. Like like people want trans. Like the men are into the trans women. They are. You can look at the statistics from P Hub, the site. They're really into. It's like an obsession. This weird, I don't know, this weird thing that they can't get enough of. It's annoying. Child, they pretty. They have, they can have all the looks of a woman, and I don't have to deal with her getting pregnant. I ain't got to deal with, her having kids or putting me on child support. It's really a psychological thing to them, child. Because can't no man tell me ever if they if a bad woman that they met looks gorgeous after 6 7 months tells them that they trans and that they got all the work done and they could never tell, well, don't tell nobody. I've seen it happen. I have girlfriends who tell me stories about stuff like that. Child, please, it's not about, for some men it's about the penis. Like I've had the dude that I was talking to 2 years ago. Kate, you're so beautiful, man. I really like you. Da, 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 da. But I just can't do X, Y, and Z because of X, Y, and Z. You have this. I
Hmm.
said, who told you I had that? Because I don't never remember having this conversation with you.
They're
Oh,
masculine.
for real? Oh, for real? Now you all excited. Now you want to marry me. Took me to go meet your mama and everything. I put my fish voice on and everything. But your mama clocked me. Shit, child, y'all get on my nerves. Humans get on my nerves.
They do. I'm
Leave
tired of
me
hearing it.
alone.
I want to be. I want to be taken by the aliens. I don't care. At
Right,
this
aren't
point,
aliens around? Like, what y'all gonna do?
beam me up, Scotty.
Is y'all
Okay,
gonna come get us or what? Be okay, beat me
please
up.
beam me up, baby. Listen,
And
I
have
take
some
my
vodka
quarterly
and have some vodka
anal
on that ship
probes.
too.
I
Yeah.
take my quarterly anal probes over these fools down here, baby. Please, I can't
We
take
can
no
do an
more.
even exchange. I can teach you
Okay.
about corn. I can teach you about fried chicken, and you can teach me
hmm
whatever language that is you
Yes, I
talking.
can do all they sew ins. I can be a sew in. I can lay them baby hairs or whatever you got on the side of your head, whatever they look like. I got you. We can show
All
you your
right.
look, make our own foundation. What you mean? Shit. But I ain't gonna hold
We'll
you.
fix it
Like,
up.
Kate, were you around the West 4B situation? I know you probably don't want to like speak too much into it, but I only wanted to mention it because I did not realize how many women, especially Black women, who really don't understand it either, and are also
Mm-mm.
showing a lot of what's that word again? Transmisia. I just be
Yeah,
like,
transmit. Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
like that threw me because I don't know. I just felt like we understood, like as women, we understood what it was and what it ain't.
Okay.
And go ahead.
Oh, I was just telling Earth
Oh,
Sanctuary. Okay.
okay. My bad if I over talked them. I didn't. My
Child, you
bad.
fine.
Okay. But yeah, like I feel like anytime a person doesn't take the time out to understand and learn something for themselves, then it is like them saying that they want to continue their bias and they only want to confirm it through information. When you and because the whole issue, I don't. Well, first of all, do you know anything about it?
Yes, honey, I'm a black woman. I live
Oh,
it. Yeah,
okay.
that's
You in
why.
the
Yeah,
street?
I don't. Yeah, I went no contact with my mother. Like two, three of my sisters, um, my grandmother, my cousins, my aunt. I went no contact with most of. I went 98% of my family.
No,
Yes, I'm
I
from
was
the
talking
south.
about.
Yes.
No, I was talking about the destruction of West 4B.
The
Do you know
destruction
anything
of
about
what?
West 4B? Okay, so I'll explain it.
Westport.
No,
No.
four, number four, West 4B. Okay, so you know what the 4B movement is, right? It started in Korea
Mhm.
and about women, basically protesting by the means of like not having babies, not dating, not getting married, and not having sex, right?
Mhm.
Okay, so there was this woman who started on something called West 4B. She's bringing that movement from Korea to America, right? And all the women were so excited about it. Like, I still think it needs to be a movement, but just not her at the head of it. I didn't really care for her. But anyway, it started off great, but then when we started talking about like who should be a part of the movement, because she was doing this like application thing where like you signed up to be a part of the movement and whatever, whatever. Well, it got into a conversation about letting T women into into the movement. They were okay with T men, but they had an issue with. And I was just like, first of all, I think that was dumb. But when I heard the reasons why, it was very clear that they just don't understand. Like they don't understand T women. Like they don't take the time out to actually learn because this was their issue. They were thinking, oh, T women become T women because they are male centered, and that it's very unlikely that a teen woman will be interested in going to 4B because they become that so that they could be attracted to men. And I'm like, that is not the case. That is not the case.
No, not at
You,
all.
you feel me?
There are a lot of
Especially
trans
because
women who date women.
that too, that's what I was trying to say. It's just confusing how many people really don't want to take the time out to learn. But even still, like, let's just say that it was the case that most key women, are male centered. Regardless of that, then what would be the point of them infiltrating, what I'm saying, a woman movement? What would be the point of them doing that? It's the same conversation with the bathroom. Does that make sense? What I'm saying, like, it's just weird how even teen women, I mean not teen women, but women don't understand, like black women. I'm saying don't understand teen women. You get what I'm saying? Like and I hope I'm using it correctly and not being, because I'm still learning it too. But um, AFAB black women still don't understand the culture, and it's up to us to understand it. It's not your job, Kate, as a woman, to like go around educating everybody else. It's our job to look and seek out this information and be, and at least know enough about it before we start getting on a mic and broadcasting it online. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it just looks so stupid. But because of that, the whole entire movement was down because anybody got time for T-phobia. Like, nobody got time for that. Like, we're moving past it, especially not like black women. We already fighting our own oppression to start punching down at everybody else. Like, that's insane.
Yeah, it's it's crazy because I would think that um, we will, like, as far as the 4B movement, will want to bring along any help that they could get, if that's including trans men and trans women.
That's
Um,
what I said. It's the power is in
I
the
would have
numbers.
thought, yeah, I would have thought that because the only people that are excluded from that are men, rather
Right.
GAY men or cis het men. Um, it's a huge issue. GAY men have a whole issue just on their own, which I'm not going to even get into today. But I think that's unfortunate, but it's not surprising to me because I hold lives all the time. And even like when I'm on my girlfriend's life, she's trans and she holds religious lives too. I made sure that I stopped and I told her, like, be very careful because no one is on your side. No one is on the trans woman's side, the black trans woman. You need to protect yourself. At the end of the day, you stand alone. And I tell her that because I see it all the time. I see it. I watch my trans friends say, well, I was friends with her and I was friends with them and da da da. Da. They all turn over and over and over and over again. I have to tell them, you need to protect yourself even in the surroundings that you're in. Hey, boo.
Hey, what's up?
What are you doing?
I am laying down. I was dealing with some client stuff, so that was fun. Just got back into the live. I was listening from the outside, and I was doing things. But yeah, I agree with the post here, and like, yeah,
I'm pretty sure you would agree because I
yeah,
wouldn't be your damn friend if you didn't agree. I
yeah.
would say stuff like that.
But yeah, no, I before I got distracted, because sometimes I tone people out after a little bit because I'm like texting, so I can't really multitask, but I try to. Um, for the most part, I heard what she was talking about, and yeah, and I agree. When it comes to like the 4B movement, I agree. I'm okay with that because dudes will not fucking stop doing what they're doing if women are tolerating their bullshit. You know, they'll continue to do it because to them, well, there's no consequences. But if there is a consequence, they'll switch up eventually. If that makes sense.
So, no, it does make sense. I get what you're trying to say.
It does make
Earlier,
sense.
I know that you were probably you're busy. Did it go well? Weren't you selling? Weren't you selling your
Yeah. I
earlier?
was talking to a new client, so yeah, I made a sale. Yeah, I'll be drawing.
Good.
Oh,
I'm happy for you.
congratulations.
I was
That's
hoping
Huh?
that
awesome.
went well.
Yeah.
I had to take a break from earlier because I was just like, child.
It was a lot.
It was
I
just
know.
it was a lot going on, like a lot. And Josh, I like Josh, but I have like, I have ADHD, child, so I get like
Mhm.
sensory overload like real fast. like
Yeah, he
real,
was
real,
having
real
too much
fast.
fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I guess it's like he's in his late 30s, so I guess finding friends is rough.
I
But
wouldn't have thought,
it felt like he found new
I wouldn't have
friends.
thought that type of behavior from no person in their late 30s. I'm like, he reminds me of my brother. I'm like, did you have too much sugar? Calm your ass down.
Because I know I can be that way sometimes, but I try to pull back a bit. I kind of
Yeah,
left,
but
but I had things to do.
you are, but I don't know. You're not that. No, you can't. No, 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 no. He's at a 10, and you're like at a 6.5, maybe when you get really excited at 6.5, but you're usually at like a 4.
Yeah, I
A
try to
very,
chill out.
a very, a very petty 4, may I add. You are
And
extremely
that's
petty.
I have to, So sometimes
And I
things
love
get
it.
out of hand. Gotta do it.
Jay. I was trying to change the background, Jay, but I can't. My phone won't let me. I don't know why. TikTok doesn't like me.
Wait, is
Yeah,
Jay
because I was gonna
saying
do
something?
story. I was gonna do story time, Jay, because my friend Jay is in here. I met Jay in another person's live, and child, yeah, y'all know my story times are epic.
Yeah,
But I'm trying to. But it's somebody in a live that I like, so I'm trying to really watch my mouth because I don't want them to think that I'm just a wild person.
I mean,
Um,
the story
but
you
I'm.
told us earlier was wild. That Dominican. I don't
Oh
know, Kay. I don't know.
yeah.
I don't. I don't.
You think that you think that is wild? Oh, child.
Why do you have so many stories?
I've never heard any of your stories, Kate. I
Yeah,
just ran across you on Pies Live for the
when I
first
tell you
time.
they're wild,
I wish I would have been followed you.
Child,
you have
yes,
the
honey. I've been
weirdest
doing it
life.
for like a year now. My story times are epic. When I tell you, I just be like, I can't help it.
My
Like
life
this
is
is
so
just stuff that I
simple.
be, and I don't be even trying to like get into like things like this. I really don't. I
That's
just,
blasphemy.
I end up just doing it.
That's
But I mean,
blasphemy.
it's not really no more like the whole entire past year. Like I have really like past 2 years actually. I don't know. Like I don't know if it's the hormone level that I'm on. Like I totally flipped the script. Like I don't even like men. I don't even like dealing with them. I don't like talking to them most of the time. So it's totally different now. Like I don't know. You mean to tell me that a trans person is just choosing to be this way? No, it's a whole brain change. Like certain smells I don't like anymore. Certain smells I do like. Anyway, so this is gonna be a story time about. It's gonna be a story time about. Let me see. I'm trying to pick which one I want. Am I gonna talk about? I already talked about him.
That was crazy. That
Let me
was
see. Am I gonna talk about?
the fact that he was a part of the set that we don't like on here is insane.
Yes. Yes, you just came in, Molly girl. Yes, you just came in on story time. So I'm trying to figure out like which one I'm gonna talk about because I like somebody in the chat, so I'm not trying to say. Let me see if they're still in here. Yep. So I don't want them to judge me.
Is it Jay? It's not Jay, is it? Jay? No, maybe. It's Jay, isn't it?
No, Jay is a friend of mine, and don't be
No.
asking who it is.
How
Let
we
me
supposed to
think.
get?
Not paying trying to expose you.
You know what? That is not on purpose. I just want
Jane is
extra
messy.
tea.
Hey,
You
said
know,
drop the name.
drop the name today.
Anyway, child. Anyway, so okay, so I'm gonna tell the story about. Nope, not that one. Nope, not. Oh, yes. I'm gonna tell y'all the story about my ex-boyfriend name. Literally, his name starts with a J. I'm not gonna say his actual name, but that's what I will call him. Okay. So, a couple of years ago, I was at like this transitional living facility. Like I had lost my apartment, lost all this stuff. So I was at this place for a short amount of time because they're, supposed to help you get an apartment, help you get all this stuff, so on and so forth. So I was there, right? And I'm on the women's wing, of course. And one day, I was already there for like almost close to a year. So I come down one day to go outside or to go do something. I don't know if I was going to the cafeteria. I don't know if I was going outside, but I'm very tunnel vision sometimes, especially like if I'm like going through something. Girl, that ain't no big deal. It wasn't the first time, child. Baby, we pick up and we keep going. Ain't no big deal.
Is this a
Um,
college like story, or I'm trying to pinpoint
no,
where we
this
at?
isn't college.
Oh,
Six pain. You gonna pay attention. You hear me?
I'm trying.
Okay. I know you got ADHD. I'm gonna start over. I'm in a transitional living facility. That's a nice way of saying shelter. So they help you get like an apartment and stuff. Like, if you lost your job and, you're trying to get back on your feet and stuff like that. Right.
Right.
So I'm going downstairs. I don't know if I'm going to the cafeteria or if I'm going outside, but I definitely have tunnel vision. And I definitely have tunnel vision because the men are on the second floor. I'm on the third floor. So they're always trying to talk or say something dumb or ask you for something or look dumb or something. So I'm just, always just like tunnel vision. And I go to wherever I'm going and I don't see anybody. Like I see people walking, but I'm not paying attention to anybody. Okay. Go do what I'm going to do. I go back and I'm not paying attention to anybody again, but people are walking by. Remember that part. I think it was a couple of days later. I'm outside having a cocktail with one of the girls up there that I called my cousin. We're outside, we sipping, listening to music, just Friday night type stuff. It's really close to the summertime, so it's nice and warm outside, or whatever the case may be. Um, I did kind of see this guy walk by, and I was like, "Damn, he's fine." She was like, "Oh yeah, girl, he got here the other day." I was like, "For real?" She was like, "Yeah." I said, "Did you talk to him?" She said, No, I didn't talk to him." I was like, "Oh, okay." Next day is Saturday, and a bank pulls up like in like the parking lot. They came there to set people up with checking accounts that don't have like banks or whatever. If you just want to open up a checking account, you could. I was like, "Child, knowing me, knowing what I be doing, let me go ahead and open up another account." So I go in there to open up another account. I'm in there talking to the people, have my paperwork. They sign me up. I leave out. I'm going to get my, they printed me out a card right then and there. It was crazy. The weirdest shit I ever seen. So I leave out of the little mobile thing, the little mobile banking thing. And I see that guy again on the corner, like just standing there. And I'm thinking to myself, damn, how can I say something to him without seeming creepy? So what do I always do? Ask for a lighter. So I walk up and I'm like, excuse me, do you have a lighter? He's like, yeah, here you go. He's like, you mind if I get one of those? Asking me for one of my cigs. I was like, yeah, sure. And we just started a conversation. What we were talking about, I really don't know. I cannot tell you what we were talking about. But we were just talking.
Wait,
but I knew that I wasn't.
What kind of cigs do you
I smoke like an old white lady, Mama Reds.
That's why I smoke. That's what I was. Okay.
Yes.
I know. Look,
Yes,
I know a lot about a person by what they smoke. Okay, good.
Yes, I used to smoke like an old white lady. Yes. And we were talking or whatever the case may be. And he was like, well, I'm about to go get my hair cut. Where you finna be at? I said, how long is it gonna get your hair cut? He was like, probably like 30 minutes. The dude is actually waiting for me. I said, well, do you want something to drink? He was like what? I was like, well, I was finna go get some vodka and some beer. Did you want some? He was like, I really, I'm saying, like, I don't. I said, I'm just asking you, like, you don't have to pay for that. Here, this is a little sitting area where me and my friend were sitting the night before. He goes to go get his haircut. I go to the liquor store to go get the stuff. I go upstairs, grab my Bluetooth speaker, come back out, sit there, listen to music or whatever. I had
got to sipping, girl, please, not no damn Virginia Slim. I can't get enough tobacco out of that. I forgot that I told him to come and meet me. And he walks
Wait,
back up,
hold on, wait a
and
minute now.
I,
Jay Slim be having a punch, baby. They kick. Some things kick now. I don't know if you ever
they
tried it, but
do.
yeah, some things they do don't.
Mm-mm.
Some things are
Because
strong.
everybody I know that smoke that talk like, "Hey, baby, how are
That's
you?"
why. That's why. Them things are strong. Look at it.
Child, so I forgot I had told this man to come and meet me. I'm just sipping in my own little world on my phone, listening to music, and he was like, "Hey, what's up?" And I looked up. Oh my God, I did not know this man was this fine. He had got that haircut and got that face trim. Oh my God, he was fine. Light skinned, light bright, damn near white. That's usually how I like him. He had his little goatee thing going on. His hair was cut real nice. And I was like, wasn't trying to make, I was just like, oh, okay, I like your haircut. He's like, I appreciate it. He was like, what you got me? We sit down, we start talking, right? Now, with the way that my life is set up here at the transitional living facility,
I'm
I
listening.
could leave at nighttime because I worked. I could leave at any time because I work. So all I have to do is just tell them, I'm going to work tonight. I'll see you tomorrow. All right, Kate. We'll see you tomorrow. Lying ass. They used to know I'd be lying. But we sat there and we talked and we talked and we sipped and we talked. And he was like, it's a little park around the corner. You want to go over there? I was like, yeah, sure. So we get up like after like an hour or two and we go to the little park area. They had like nice little tables at the park. We're sitting there talking, and one of my homegirls walks by. And from where he's sitting, she's walking behind him. I can see her face. I could see her coming towards me. I don't want her messing up my group. So I kind of like tell her no to where he couldn't see it or notice that I was saying, telling her no. And she kind of like started backing up, was like, damn, okay, my bad. And so she started walking up and she was smiling and laughing because she already knew what was up. So me and him were talking, and um, I asked him, we got on a conversation of being trans. I don't know how because he was very respectful the whole time. The whole time it was she, her, da 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 da, very respectful. And even like when like the little kids was playing, and he was like, "No, no, no, get away from her with that ball! Like, don't hit her with that ball! Like, go back over there!" Like, it was just giving what it was supposed to be gave. Now, so you all can have an idea of how this man looks. Trying to find a celebrity. So the gentleman who plays Mufasa with the green eyes that everybody's talking about, make a shorter version,
Yeah.
a younger version of him.
Mm.
Oh wow.
That's
Okay.
how he looked, except those eyes. His eyes were just light brown, light brown. And I asked him what was he mixed up with. He was like, "Oh, my dad's black and my mom's white." And I was like, "Oh, okay. No wonder you so damn pretty." And I was just mesmerized. I really was. I was captivated. It was just the conversation was going well. Everything was going good. I noticed that he smoked a lot. So I was like, "Do you want to go to the gas station? We can get some more." He was like, "Yeah, sure." So we walked to the gas station. I was like, "Child, I'm not gonna have him smoking up on my cigarette." I was like, what kind do you smoke?" He was like, "Oh, I usually smoke X, Y, and Z." So I got him a pack. He was like, "For real?" I was like, "Yeah." We go back, we keep talking. Like I said, we get on a conversation of trans. He's like, "I've never um, dated, I'm saying, a trans woman before." I'm saying? I was like, "Oh, really?" He's like, "Yeah. Um, but I really like you." I was like, "Oh, thank you. I appreciate it." I was like, "I really like you too." He was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Yeah, really, I do." And we started talking about something. I can't remember, but I was like, "I'm not going back tonight. I'm about to go out. Do you want to go with me?" He was like, "How do I do that?" I was like, "Well, just tell him that you have to go to work." He's like, "For real? They're gonna let me leave?" I said, "Yeah, and just bring a backpack, with clothes or whatever." He's like, "Oh, we're not coming back tonight." I said, "No." He was like, "All right, bet." So we both go back.
I get my little overnight bag. He gets him an overnight bag. He tells them we happen to meet each other downstairs at the same time, child. And he tells them, he's like, oh, they're like, he's like, I'm going to work. They're like, what's your name? He told him his name. I'm right behind him. I said, okay, I'm gonna go to work for tonight. And the way the woman, she was real cool with me. She looked at me, and he had already started walking off by then. So I'm just standing there. She looked at me and looked at him, was like, he's cute.
Clocked your teeth. She clocked your teeth.
Yeah, she clocked me. So I just smiled and kept walking. Child. So we catch the bus from where we were at all the way on the other side of town. Jay, you from where I'm at, right? So I'm right there by the strip club, by the jailhouse, right? We catch the bus from over there all the way to Route 40. All the way to Route 40. Yes, you know how far that is, Jay. So we go by the liquor store right there by the hotel. We get some more liquor. And he says to me, do you know where to get some? How do I say this? It's the letter before Z. Do you know where to get some letter before Z, PILS
Yes.
from? And I'm just like, no, not really. He was like, oh, for real? I was like, yeah. He was like, well, dang, because I was trying to turn up. I was like, oh, I mean, I can call around to see because, I really don't, And he was like, okay, cool, cool, cool. And he was like, do you know where to get some snow from? I was like, no, I don't. I said, you do all that? He was like, yeah, that's what I was gonna talk to you about. Like, I kind of have like a little problem. And I was like, what's your problem? He was like, we'll talk when we get to the room. I said, okay, cool.
Now let's talk next, sir. Because what you got going on?
No, he could start tweaking out.
Don't be tweaking out of me in no damn room. What you got going on?
Girl, I was just too hot in the pants to where I was not. But let's just have to get to the room. So we get to the room. I've been to this hotel thousands of times, child. So it's always set up nice or whatever case may be. So we sit down, we start sipping and talking, and he tells me that he is a C user. Use your context clues, kids. The big 80s epidemic, you know what I'm talking about. And I was like, oh, for real? And he was like, yeah, like you judging me? I was like, no, 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 no. Like I don't judge people. I said, I don't do that. That's your thing. I said, and just like for my own sake, if you could do it in the restroom or away from me, like I don't want. He's like, no, 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 no. I'll never disrespect you and do it in front of you. I said, yeah, because my mom was addicted to that, so it's kind of triggering for me. He was like, oh, okay, yeah, I understand. So my homeboy had hit me up. And my homeboy was like, girl, what you want? I was like, oh, my friend want to know if you got the letter before ends with Z. He was like, yeah, yeah, yeah. How much he trying to get? I asked him, I said, how much you trying to get? He was just like, two, just one for me, one for you, so we can turn up. I said, okay, bet. So my friend, who didn't live too far away, pulls up. I go down there and see him, get it, come back. We take it. One for him, one for me. Now, when I do that, I'm more like a really deep talker. I want to have a deep, long conversation about stuff. I want you, like, I just want to go through your whole life. And child, when I tell you, me and this man had some of the deepest conversations for over 2-3 hours, just sitting there talking. No one cares about Jesus loving me, child. I'm talking about how Johnny loved me. Girls, sticking to the story. Pay attention.
Period.
So, so we had this deep conversations. He was telling me things that happened in his life, how he was brought up. He was telling me how he never knew his dad. His mom doesn't know who his dad is. She was a 304, and she had got pregnant. He was telling me that the first time that he smoked,
Jay laughing in the comments. horrible.
Oh yeah. He was telling me that the first time that he SMOKECRACK was with his mother.
Yo.
With his mother
That's
at like
terrible.
13, 14 years old.
Oh,
Oh
damn.
my
And I, yes, girl. So I'm just sitting there and he's tearing up and I'm just listening to him. And this is just a deep, long conversation. Like, wow. Like I felt so bad for him. And y'all know my background in psychology. So I'm like, you never even had a chance. He was like, no, I didn't. No, I didn't. He's like, and then, I'll be trying to get away from it. And then my mom will be telling me, I need money. Johnny, I need money. Come over here, I need money. And when I come over there, she's doing it. And then, it triggers me. And then I end up doing it. And then I end up being over there for 2 or 3 days, spending all my money with her, getting HIGH, yeah. And I was like, damn. He's like, that's why I'm at the transitional facility because I need to get away from her.
Wow.
I was like, oh, I get it. I understand.
That is sad.
So very sad. So I end up looking at the time and clocked the time, and I was like, the liquor store closes in 10 minutes. He's like, where is it at? I said, right across the street. He's like, you want me to go or you want us to both go? I said, we both can go. So we go to the liquor store, get some more, and then he was like, I was like, I want to go to Walgreens. Child, we go to Walgreens. Ain't nobody at the register. We walked around yelling out loud. Nobody was there. It's like nobody was there. I see a car outside. Like I walked outside and I looked and I was like, Johnny, there's I need to get my stuff. Like I'm ready to go. He was like, girl, what you want? I was like, I want them earphones. I want that. I want them cigarettes, 2 packs. He got all that shit. We walked out. We did. And I don't feel bad about it. So judge your mama. No, don't judge me. And we go back to the hotel room. Now, this is when it gets interesting. So we're talking or whatever. The conversation switches to, adult time. And I'm like, yeah, I like X, Y, and Z. He's like, yeah, I like this, da 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 da. And he is slightly shorter than me. I'm 5'10". He's about 5'8". And he was like, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I was a little upset when you went upstairs to change clothes. I was like, why? He's like, why would you put on that tight ass dress? I was like, I was just wearing something comfortable because I knew that we was gonna be, catching the bus all the way over here and it's hot outside. He was just like, yeah, but you know what I'm saying? Like have a little bit more respect for yourself. Gag. I said, I have a lot of respect for myself.
That's
I said,
in there, friend.
he was like, why? I was like, why are you telling me how to dress? He's like, no. I'm not telling you how to dress. Like, you're beautiful. He's like, you didn't notice that when we got off the bus, that dude just kept staring at you on the bus and off the bus? I was like, I wasn't really paying attention. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really notice stuff like that. Child, somebody staring at me. I was like, I wasn't really paying attention. He was like, yeah. He was like, but we started talking about something else. I can't remember what. But he was like, you want to take a bath together? I said, a bath? He was like, yeah, like this, like, it's huge. I said, it is huge. So I said, give me a moment. Let me go and get myself situated. He said, all right, cool. So I grabbed my bag. I go into the restroom because I'm not going to be getting in no tub with you and have all this dirt falling off. So I'm going to take a shower beforehand. And I'm also going to clean up, if you know what I mean, because I already felt like I knew where this was going. Right. So I went ahead and did all that, and I did it very quickly, may I add. And then I began to run the water, and I was like, hey, come. I walked out of the restroom. He's standing in front of the sink with a towel around him. And I was like, you ready? He's like, yeah, I'm waiting on you. But I had noticed, because I peep game, I noticed that he has a bar of soap in front of the sink and it's like wet. So you was thinking the same thing I was thinking. So we get in the tub or whatever, and it's amazing. Like he's faced me, like we're faced each other.
My legs are like over across his, and it's just amazing. And we're just sitting there talking and sipping and, you know, smoking cigarettes, and it's amazing conversation. Like, it's just really good. So he was just like, I'm really interested in talking to you. I really want to talk to you. Da, 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 da. I was like, that's what's up. Yeah, we can do that. So we got together right then and there. We finished the bathtub. I washed his back. We got out. We get back to the bed. We're talking. He's touching. I'm touching. But I never got to have my hand go down because he kept pulling my hand up. It's cool. I don't have no issue with that. I'll let you lead. And so he was like, "Are you gonna SMD?" And I was like, "Yeah, of course, no problem." Sure. He's like, "But I'm a little insecure." And I was like, "Why?" And he was like, "Because it's small." And I was like, "I'm not worried about that. I'm more worried about you." And
How small
I
was
went
it?
down there, and I'm surprised he didn't feel me laughing when I had started doing it.
Oh
Because it
my
was.
God. Hey, please. Please.
Because he was. And I thought to myself, well, he's fine as shit. I can't have both.
Oh my God.
I ain't even tripping. Like, I
Look
was
like
like,
them
all
puberty
right,
books. Remember when we was young, we got them puberty books?
We gotta.
you know what? I'm gonna take my lick. I can't have both.
Hey, man,
Maybe
got
maybe
my boy.
maybe I'm being punished for telling this nigga to steal this shit out the stove. I don't know.
Wait. Was it ring pop size or?
Okay, so it's very much. He's just insecure. It wasn't that bad. Um, it was, but it matched. Yeah, it was. Damn. Yeah, it was. But I'm not I wasn't tripping because I really liked them. Like, it was though. So, but he kept making me stop because he's like, I'm finna reach the point if you don't stop. So I kept stopping or whatever, and then now that I think about it, he had the audacity to be like, "Let me hit it from the back," and I'm thinking to myself, like, I'm a thick girl. I am. Like, I got a wagon back here. And he's like, yeah. So I'm like, oh, okay. So I assumed the position. And when he started, I was thinking to myself, like, I've slept with enough men to know when they are used to the cisgendered female anatomy, because this is not it. This is not a cisgender female anatomy. You can't do that the same way you do this, because I don't have a pelvic floor and I don't have all the moves and stuff he was trying to do. It's like you throwing an 18-wheeler sideways down the freeway, not hitting nothing. I was very performative. I'm not gonna lie.
Look, that's how you know you a woman, because that's what all of us do. All of us
Extremely performative.
Okay.
Kept asking me if I liked it. Of course I do. And just as soon as it started, it was over with. And when I tell you, as soon as it started, I could literally count on two hands the number of strokes I got. Not even tripping. I get it. We've been drinking. Oh, I thought the e-pill would help, but I get it. I'm not even tripping.
Damn.
So we lay back down.
Oh my God.
Girl, that's what I was trying to think. I was just like, well, maybe.
Man, I'm only 5 strokes deep. You like that?
Shut up.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. And I was just like, oh, okay. And he was like, did you see you him? Yeah.
Sure.
Lying. 6 fingers of that about sure. I was like, yeah, okay. And I, went to the restroom, freshened up, came back and he's laying there like he finna fall asleep. And I'm like, are you finna fall asleep? He's like, yeah, I had my bonnet on. Ain't nobody be finna wear no scratchy ass wig to bed. I had my bonnet on. So I'm laying down. I end up going to sleep. We slept well. We get up. Hey, it's time to go. Come on. It's about to be checkout time. We get dressed. I go to the restroom, get myself together. I'm ready to go. He gets his stuff together. We leave, right? Later on the next day, while we're at the transitional living facility, because he had went back and got back in the bed, and so did I. I ate lunch and then like went right back in the bed, child. He wore me out, but the night had wore me out. He didn't do shit. Anyway, so we end up talking or whatever, and I was texting him something like, come outside or whatever. He was like, yeah, I just got up. So I was like, yeah, fuck it. It's Sunday. So I went to the liquor store, came back, and we just sitting out drinking or whatever the case may be. During the conversation, he says, remember I tell y'all this, he says at one part of the conversation, okay, I don't know if this is a good idea, you know what I'm saying? Us being together, he's like, I have problems. I'm not the dude you want. I have issues. Like, I'm not a good person. I'm really not a good person, Kate. Like, you should just go find somebody else. I was like, no. I talked to you all last night. You seem like a wonderful person. You're just being hard on yourself because of the way you're brought up, child, being all the pick me shit I could be.
Look.
Girl,
I
we
was in that bed
listen,
too, so I don't feel
Hey,
bad.
and we don't
And we don't
judge.
judge. That's
I just
right.
got myself.
Yeah,
I know that's some
he was
bullshit.
like, all right.
That's
He was
some
like, all right,
bullshit.
babe, all right. So by that time, we had ended the bottle, and he was like, babe, you gonna go get some more? I was like, yeah. So me with pick me shit, I go pick my ass back down to the liquor store to go get some more. Came back, and he was talking to some girl. But once I walk up on them, I see that it's someone that I know. It's a stud. And I go back over and I'm like, hey. And she's like, hey, what's up? We just all just sitting over there. I gave me stuff. We just sitting there talking. And the conversation was somewhat upon the lines of her asking him, like, what's up with you and my homegirl? And he was like, what you mean? He was like, she was like, Kate. And I'm standing right there, may I add, because I'm like, bitch, why am I the topic of conversation? And he was like, nah, you know what I'm saying? That's my, you know what I'm saying? Kate cool. I like Kate. Kate real cool. And she was like, oh, okay. Because somebody said they saw y'all get on this bus last night. Damn. He was like, damn, we can't chill. Like what? Like people watching me and shit. And she was like, yeah, it's a lot of girls that like you. They watching you. Child, so I'm already irritated by that. I really want her to shut up and go away, but I don't say nothing. So me and him, she ends up leaving. But before she leaves, she's like, she said something to him, and he was like, hey, let me go handle some business real quick. I'll be right back. And I was like, how long is that going to be? He was like, 5-10 minutes. I said, oh, okay. He was like, watch my drink. I said, okay. So I sit right there. They two walk off. He comes back and he kind of, I don't know, something changed. He looked a little different. I don't think nothing of it, but I did notice that he looked different. So I asked him, I said, so what we doing tonight? He was like, what you mean? I said, we going to go get another room or what we doing? He was like, yeah, I mean, if you want to. Okay, cool. We do the same thing all over. Go upstairs, get our stuff, tell them we're going to work. They roll our eyes at us. Yeah, right, bitch, you lying. We go back to the hotel room. But this particular night was a little different. I already had alcohol. He was like, hey, I got some green if you want some green. I said, oh, no, baby, I don't smoke. I don't, not that at least. So he's sitting up there rolling up. And then I see him put something in his mouth. I was like, what's that? He was like, oh, I got, the letter that comes before Z. He says, oh, I got some of that.
I said, come on, Seattle. You talking about just kidding, Kate, child. You know I'm finna get
What?
on
Because
you.
I was straight from the. I was straight for y'all
You know
conversation.
damn well. Right. Girl, so he pops up. I was like, what's that? He was like, the letter that ends before Z. I was like, oh. He was like, you want one? I was like, no, I just did it yesterday. No, I'm good. He was like, oh, okay. He was like, hold on one second. Let me go to the restroom real quick. He in the restroom. All I hear is, hmm. He could have just. I told him, I said, babe, you could. I don't mind you, hitting the green in front of me. He was like, all right, give me a moment. Give me a moment. I was like, okay. So I go back on my phone, do whatever I'm doing. Like, damn, how many
Baby,
times you
that's
gotta like
not
that? That's weird.
green. That's not green. I'm scared.
I'm
Oh,
like, how many times you gotta like that? So, child, he come back. I don't smell no. I don't smell no M word. I don't smell no green. So I was like, what? I said, you still got the green? He was like, yeah. I said, what you going there for? He was like, oh, you remember you had told me that you didn't want me to do that in front of you because your mom used to do it. Oh Lord, the boy done smoked C word. So you
uh,
drinking, you're drinking, you own the letter that ends before Z,
no, but wait a
and
minute, Kate.
you
This whole time, I'm thinking you talking about tea, like the one, like the baby powder. That's what I was
no
thinking.
ma'am. No ma'am.
Oh my
No
God, that's
ma'am.
crazy. Okay, I'm
Wait, so it's not the
Hard.
C that. So it's the
that's the other C.
CRACK.
that one. I was on her
Mm-hmm.
side. I was on. Mm.
Yes.
So
So
well, I guess
I
it's
was like, oh my God. I'm not really tripping, but I'm just waiting for him to like spaz out and act different. The boy never acts different. He never acts different.
the fuck.
His mood does never changes. He doesn't like have the little mouth twitches and weird movements. Nothing. Completely normal. He even smokes the green. Acts completely normal with all that. So he's done like 5 different things, and we're just having normal conversations. Like nothing. So that's one of the reasons why I wasn't just too worried about it, because I'm like, oh, well, it must be some trash, or it's either you just are used to it. He's
That
used to
actually
it.
makes me
So
sad
he's like,
now,
babe,
Kate.
you wanna take a bath? I was like, yeah, I stink of something. I remember asking him that. I stink of something because we used to have this thing about telling each other that you stink. Or I'd be like, boy, you stink, or you stink. He was like, girl, you stink. And I was like, what, I stink? He was like, no, like you want to take a bath together. I was like, yeah. So we do the whole thing all over again. And then, of course, nighttime, we let everything all over again. I'm performative. It's 2 or 3 strokes, and he out of there. Then one thing he told me afterwards is, do you mind keeping your wig on while you sleep? Because last night your bonnet had slipped off your head.
Hey,
I-
ain't no way two hitter is out here complaining about your bonnet.
That part. That
okay.
part.
Two hitter. Imagine a two hitter
A
complaining.
two-hitter.
Man, if you don't get the-
It's the audacity. It's
He said, do you mind keeping your wig on because your bonnet has slipped off in the middle of the night? I was so offended. I said, no, I cannot. Not at all. Child, I gagged, Jay. So let me speed it up. Within the next week, he was telling me how he went to this temp agency that got him a job like the very next day. So I was like, well, what temp agency is that? And do they, I was like, well, this is where my background is in, da 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 da. He was like, it ain't them type of jobs, Kate. It's just a job to have, you know what I'm saying? But every single day leading up to that, we're always seeing each other, we're always around each other. Um, like it's obvious to everyone now. It's obvious to everyone. We're always around each other. I'll send him to the store for me. He'll send me to the store for him. It's so obvious. If I'm calling him and I can't get in contact with him, I'll walk to like the little level of his floor, not really on his floor, but I'll tell somebody, hey, can you go get Jay and tell him I said, or tell him I said, come here. Like at this point, we ain't even trying to hide it. It is what it is. Child.
I start working at Under Armour warehouse. He starts working for a packing company. I forgot what they pack. They pack like, I don't know, like stuff for, I don't know. I can't remember, but all I know is that they pack cigarettes or some stuff or some, yeah, like merchandise. But I remember him telling me cigarettes. And I would catch the bus with him all the way to work. And then I'll catch the bus all the way back home. And then I would catch the bus all the way back to work when he got off. And then we'll catch the bus all the way back home together. And that happened for like a couple of days. And then he was just like, no, 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 no. I can, go to work and come back home on my own. I don't like messing up the pattern of, consistency. I don't like that. Because then I begin to think, well, what's going on? Then he gets his first check right on the same day I get my check because we both work for the same temp agency, right? And he's like, I wanted to go get a phone because this government phone be messing up and I just need to go get another phone and I need to go send my daughter some money. Clutch the pearls, open my mouth, gag. Daughter? He was like, yeah. I was like, I never knew that you had a daughter. He's like, well, it really haven't came up. I was like, I think that's something that a person that you're dating is supposed to know.
Yeah.
And we had a whole like little spat behind that. He's like, I'm sorry, da 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 da. I said, whatever, Johnny, whatever, let's go. So we go out to the phone store. No, we went out to go get our checks because we had to go pick up the physical check because the first check is like a paper check and then the second one is on your card. So we went to go get the personal checks. We go across the street because he's like, are you hungry? Check cashier place is right next door. We wouldn't have cash it. Go to the police place right next door. He's like, are you hungry? I was like, not really. Not really. And he was like, all right. So he orders the food, right? We're sitting there waiting and we're waiting and we're talking and we're waiting and we're waiting and we're waiting. He's like, babe, hold this or hold this real quick while I walk outside. I don't know what he's going outside for. It's none of my fucking business. I'm not the type of girlfriend. I'm not going to chase you down and look for something. But I'm still sitting in there waiting. And the woman was like, what was your order? I said, oh, no, my boyfriend ordered. I was like, oh, okay, it'll be ready in a little bit. So I'm sitting there waiting and waiting. He comes back in and he's like, damn, the food ain't ready. I was like, no. He was like, hey, what the F is going on, man? I've been paid for my food. Like, what the? Like, he's going off. I've never seen him act like this before. He's going off. And the woman that worked behind her was like, hey, calm down. Like, we're getting you your stuff. He was like, man, it's been almost 30, 40 minutes now. Man, what the F? Man, like, just give me my motherfucking money back. Da, 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 da. And she's like, sir, the food is like almost done. It's about to come out the oven. And man, I ain't got time for that shit. Man, my girl hungry. Man, you got her just sitting here waiting. Child, I ain't never asked you for shit. Crashed out, baby. Crashed out for Christ, baby, in these folks' store. So the boy had hair up and cut the pizza, whatever, boxed it up and gave it to him. And I grabbed it because he won't grab it because he's still arguing with this woman. And I'm walking towards the door and I'm like, babe, come on. I'm like, come on. He's like, no, man, this hoe trying to play me, man. I ain't like that. Da, da, da. When I tell you, I saw somebody completely different. I was like, what the fuck? So I went up to him and I grabbed him and I said, I'm not playing with you. Come on now. And it's like I snapped him out of something. He looked at me like real confused and he's like, oh, all right. And by that time, the woman was coming behind the counter like, get the F out, get the F out. Both of y'all get out. And I was like, man, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. She's like, just leave. So we leave. We walk back to the bus stop. I'm like, what is that about? Like, what is all that about? He was like, no, man, I don't like nobody playing with you and playing with me. I'm just sitting there waiting. Child. So we get back on the bus. We go back home. This particular day, you did too much for me. You did way too much for me. So all that phone shit, I'm not trying to do. I'm just trying to go back and be in my own little world. Child, so I leave him be. Yeah, I ate some of that raggedy ass pizza. And then I just was like, all right, I'll talk to you later. He keeps sending people to my floor. Go get Kate. She not answering the phone. They trying to tell him I'm asleep. No, she not. She not asleep. Go tell her, come here. I finally got tired of people telling me that this boy want me. So I go
and see what he wants. Hey, I'm sorry. Okay, cool. That's fine. Do you still want to go get the phone? It's too late. We can just wait till tomorrow. Next day come, we go to the phone store. Um, he surprised me. I had no idea this was going to happen. He surprised me. He was like, I'm trying to get two phones, one for me, one for my girl. Remember this part. The dude's like, okay, cool. What's your name? He tells the guy his name and pulls out his ID. The guy puts the information in the computer. Sir, what kind of phone do you want? You have this much credit. He tells him what kind of phone he wants. He checks with me. I already have a phone. I'm like, yeah, babe, yep, that's fine. Whatever, whichever one you want. We get it. We have the phones in our hands, the boxes. We're happy as pig and shit. We're leaving. This day is like Friday. He was like, are we going back? I said, no. We're just going to do a call in tonight. Like call in and say, hey, I'm working extra, whatever. So we were both planning on doing that. We catch the bus to the hotel. We get liquor, all the other stuff again. And he did not set up his phone the whole time we were on the bus. Neither did I. He says, Kate, set the phones up. I'm about to go take a shower. Yes, sir. So I set my phone up, put in my email address, password, every single thing. I put a password on his phone for him. I already knew his email address, so I put his email address in there, all of that. And then I linked the phones together because you're able to do like the little family thing on T-Mobile. So I always can see where he's at. I don't do it the other way around. I just want to know where he's at. So he comes out, we're playing with the phones, we're talking about the phones. We do the same BS that we do all the time. I'm performing it, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, next day, let's fast forward to a couple of weeks. We're not really seeing eye to eye because my schedule got changed. I had to start working mornings and he was working afternoons. So when I was coming home from work, he was leaving for work. And it was like he was in a rush. He really didn't want to talk to me. He's always on the phone. I have no idea who he's talking to. The weekend getaways stopped, hanging out and having cocktails and chit-chatting and feet rubbing and all of that went out the window. I have a friend of mine that is also like on his floor who this gentleman is part of the rainbow community. And I told him, I said, girl, keep an ear out. Like if you hear him on the phone, like let me know. And he was like, okay, girl, yeah, no problem. Okay. And the dude ended up coming up to me and was like, did you know he had a baby? I was like, yeah. He was like, I think he married. I was like, what? I was like, nah, Johnny's not married. He was like, no, like the way he's talking to this person on the phone is like they're married. I said, seriously? He was like, yeah, it's some girl out in, he tells me the place. It's like an hour and a half, 2 hour drive away. I was like, I've never heard of that. He was like, yeah. It's like he'd be like, oh, I was busy. That's why I couldn't answer the phone. And it's like the girl is asking him, are you talking to somebody? And he's like, no, like, man, I ain't talking to nobody. Da 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 da. Okay. I was like, okay, cool. I'm not the blowing up type. I'm gonna play it smooth. I'm gonna act like I don't know a damn thing. So we end up hanging out again on a weekend. And I never brought it up to him, but I did ask him. I said, so I don't know, conversation was, I said, do you ever want to get married or some shit? I asked him some dumb question. And then I asked him, I said, have you ever been married? He was like, no. I said, oh, okay. I said, hey, why is it that every time I'm around you and your phone rings, you ignore the phone call? He was like, oh, you know what I'm saying? That's my baby mama. I don't feel like talking to her, blah, 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 blah. I said, okay, so y'all got married. He was like, no, we're not married. I said, okay, cool. So that morning when we're leaving, she calls and he answers the phone and walks away from me. But see, what he doesn't know is I have supersonic ears. You didn't walk away far enough. and you didn't whisper low enough. And I hear him say, like, why do you keep asking me questions? You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to do right by you and you don't trust me. I guess she was trying to figure out why wasn't he answering the phone last night or last afternoon? Because we were together for a very long time. I didn't say anything. He tells me later on that day, I don't think I can do this no more. I said, do what? He was like, this relationship. I was like, why? He's like, I don't know. I'm trying to get myself together. I'm trying to, I got this court shit I got to fix. Court shit? What court stuff? He was like, I got court on Tuesday. I told you about it. I said, no, you didn't. You got court stuff where? He's like, I got court stuff to handle. He says, my mama's going to pick me up and she's going to drive me back to where I was at to handle this court stuff. I said, so where's this place at? He tells me the exact same place my little GAY friend told me. That's where your baby mama is at. I said, oh, okay. All right, cool. So what is it about? Oh man, it was just some BS. She tried to tell the police that I beat her up. And you didn't? No, no, no. You don't put my hands on people. No, no, no. I said, oh, okay. Well, I gotta go to bed because I gotta get up to go to work in the morning. All right, babe, whatever. I said, so we done? He was like, I don't know. Let me think about it. I said, okay, all right. I get up and go to work because they changed my hours to early in the morning. I get up at 5:30. I gotta be gone at 6 because I gotta be at work at 7. So I leave out early. And I leave to go to work. About 8, 9 o'clock comes around and he knows not to call me when I'm on the floor because first of all it's loud and then I'm not supposed to be on the phone. So I have to put my earphones in and I answer the phone. He's like, hey babe, you got some money for gas? Cause I thought my mom would have had gas, but she ain't got gas. And I'm trying to get down there for the for court today. I was like, yeah. I how much do you need? He was like, well, just send me X, Y, and Z. I said, hold on, wait, don't you still have one of my cards that I gave you? He was like, yeah, I still got. I said, okay, well, it got I forgot how much money he had on the card. I said, it has that much money in the card, and I'm going to put some more money. I'm going to transfer you some money to the card right now. I transferred him like $25. He says, all right, babe, all right. He's like, what's the PIN number? I gave him the PIN number because he's right there at the pump, obviously. I hear him put it in thing. He's like, all right, babe, well, I'm going to call you back. I said, okay. Are y'all ready to gag? He hangs up the phone, and I never spoke to him again.
Yeah.
You talking about right? Yeah. No, he was a hot mess, a whole problem, and I think he should have heeded his warning from the jump.
I didn't say the story was over. Oh, I just said I never spoke to him again. So I'm calling on my lunch break. No answer. I get off of work. No answer. I get the next day. No answer. The next day. No answer. The next day. No answer. The people that worked there even came to me at day 4. Hey, I don't want to come at you about another resident, but hey, have you heard from Johnny? Because we're gonna have to pack up all his stuff and throw it away if we don't hear nothing from him. What the fuck is going on? Is he in jail? No, he can't be in jail because I went and looked up the jailhouse and he's not in there. And I also went and looked up his charges, domestic violence. So you did put your hands on this girl. Okay, so I caught you so many effing lies. Then I remembered something. Ding, 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 ding. He called his mama from my phone one time. Let me go ahead and look. I scrolled through, and I have photographic memory. I scroll and 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 look where the text messages between him and his mom. Boom, called her. Hello. Yeah, hello. I said, hi, I'm Johnny's friend, and I was just trying to see like where he's at because the people at the place are asking me, honey, he stayed down there. I tried to bring him back, he didn't want to come back. I said, which what? Yeah, he stayed down there with he said the girl's name. I said, so I'm confused. Well, I guess they worked it out and he stayed down there. They've been working on it for a while. I said, working on it for a while. Yeah, who is this? I said, this is Kate. Oh, are you? Wait a minute. Are you his little friend? I saw him standing with and talking to like a couple of times when I pulled up. I was like, probably so. I was like, do I have red hair? And she was like, yeah. I was like, yeah, that was me. And she's like, interesting. Wow, okay, because he told me he didn't know who you were. What?
Not the mother.
He told her I worked there.
Damn.
I don't know her like that. She just works there. Oh, wow. Mask off. That's how we gonna do it? I was like, no, ma'am, I definitely don't work there because I couldn't have been doing what I was doing with him if I worked here. So no, ma'am. So do you have her number? The mother gives me her number.
Mm.
And all I hear in the back of my head is showtime. So since he won't answer my phone calls, I can't get my card back, my bank card, the one that I signed up from, like the day that I fucking met him. Yeah, I can't get that card back. So I need to actually confront you. So I called the number. Hello. I said, hi. Yeah, I was trying to figure out if Johnny's there. Johnny's my baby daddy. He's at the store right now. I said, oh, hi. I'm Kate. And I just told her who I was. And we've been dating for X, Y, and Z. I fucking knew it. I fucking knew it. I knew he was dating somebody. Like, you're at that place where he was at? I said, yes. She says, okay, well, he's coming back from the fucking store. I said, okay. Well, call me when he gets back. Let me show you how pick-me's work. Did she call me when he got back? No, but she did call me back with her aunt on the phone. Her aunt was like, yeah, this is my niece. Who is this? I was like, this is Kate. I'm trying to figure out, what are you doing with her man? I'm like, okay, all right, love. I'm like, like, why are you asking me these questions? I'm just trying to figure out what you doing with her man. She telling me that you talking about you was with him and da 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 da. Was you effing that boy in his A? I said, oh, girl, no, man. Yes, you were. Yes, you were. See, that's what these dudes like. These dudes like to get effed in their A. She's going off. I said, child, I don't know who you are or what's going on, but girl, it is not that. Yeah, she's telling the girl, she's like, yeah, don't trust him. Don't trust him. He lying. I don't know what the F going on, but this is, I said, child, I gotta go. I ain't got time for this. And I hung up the phone. It was a 3-way call. Child, and I guess she waited until he got back and she called me and she was like, well, he's right here. And I can hear him in the background. Man, I ain't trying to hear that shit, man. She worked there. I ain't trying to hear none of that. That hoe she kept bothering me. She kept bothering me, trying to talk to me. I told her, I said, baby, look. She was like, well, he's saying you lying. I said, would a random woman call your phone and tell you that this is going on with your man? I said, baby, let me go ahead and give you a couple of receipts here. I said, what phone does he have around you? The same phone he been have? I said, no, baby, he has a new phone somewhere. You need to look into it. She started going through his stuff. She's like, is it I forgot what kind of phone it is. She's like, is it a black phone with this on the back? I said, yep. She turned the phone. She's like, get off of me, move back. Man, nah. She goes into the restroom. Open the door. She was like, no. I said, put in this PIN code. And I gave her the PIN code to his phone because I set it up. I said, and go ahead and find Kate's name in the messages. I said, and click on Kate and tell me who I am. She go quiet for a while. And all I hear is her screaming, oh my God,
I said, I said, and also tell him all those times that I told him that I did CUM. Tell him that I was lying. I never CUM'd while we was doing it. Oh my God, y'all was effing. I said, duh. I said, and also, he told me about you though. What she say? What she say? Kate the Great. Okay. He was like, what she said? What she said? I said that said that he was smoking CRACK and he got you smoking it too. Oh my God, why would you tell people? Why would you tell people? I said, yeah, girl. I said, he said he wasn't even dealing with you no more, girl. Mm-hmm. Yeah. She was like, no, we've been trying to work on it and get together for like a month now. I was trying to give it a chance. I said, you mean the man that put you on CRACK and beat your ASS? You trying to get back with him? Girl, please. You know what? I know that I gave you the blues, but let me help you have an even worse day since you had people on my phone. I said, won't you go ahead and go to his phone? And she started going through his phone. I said, now look in the text messages for this day. And she was like, okay, I'm here. I said, what does it say that we're going? Something about y'all going to a hotel room. I said, wasn't that your daughter's birthday when he told you that he didn't have no money to send her? Ooh.
Damn.
I read her. But it came back to bite me because then I fell into like a 2-month long depression over him. Yes. But that's the end of the story. That's the end of the story, y'all.
Johnny was messy.
Mm-hmm. Yes, he was, honey. And the crazy part about it is that you messy and the D not even worth it. Ain't worth the damn. And I was trying to figure out why she running after this. Why is she running after this boy who smokes CRACK? The D not even good.
I mean, they have a character. I mean, she's already like in the shit, so you may as well go back to the. I don't know. That is tough, though. You know.
He told me that you was some woman that worked there that was trying to talk to
together. You think they're still together?
I don't know.
Imagine if they are. That'd be.
I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't give a shit. I wouldn't give a shit if you asked me.
That'd be funny as hell.
Yes, baby. He did leave a whole web and got tangled in it. Molly says encore.
The entanglement. That's
about child. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And when I tell you, I was like head over heels. Oh, and like we would take pictures too. Like we would be taking pictures and stuff. On a phone conversation with her too. I was sending her the pictures that we had. I said, girl, does it look like we're friends? Clock it, get into it. Oh, was he cute? Oh, girl, he was fine as shit. Fine.
It's just the man bits wasn't really man bits anymore. The years of doing the crystals was
Jeff for Truth. I see that you just stepped in here. You can come up if you want, Jeff for Truth. I really have a lot of questions I would like to ask you. Since I see that Goku sent you an invitation, which that's interesting. But yeah.
Jeff.
You can come up if you're able to. I don't know if you're not able to come up because the kids. It's bedtime tonight. Oh, okay. Well, follow me so we can have a discussion very soon because you have some very interesting viewpoints in which I wanted to discuss. But we're just having story time, so it's a little, GAY. So I don't think that you'll be interested in it. But yes, 6 Pain. So.
Crazy.
I think one of the biggest things that hurt me behind Johnny was the amount of trust that I gave him when I should not have given him that level of trust so fast.
When it wasn't worth it. When it wasn't worth it.
Was not worth it.
I mean,
okay,
he probably did warn me.
He did. He did.
Maybe sometimes take them at their word.
Child, that was years ago. I'm a whole different woman now.
Right, no, I know.
Tell me a warning about them. Listening. I run away.
For anyone listening, this is take them at the word.
And all the warning, Kate, like red flags, and also on Girl, when I tell you, he was literally a walking red flag.
A man had the smallest stick too. Like it
Right.
was
And
all
it's like
flag,
I
no stick.
realized really what it was. He latched on and clinged to me at the very beginning because he didn't have no money. He wasn't working. And then he really began to change once he got a paycheck. That's why
Hmm.
you don't never build a man up because he gonna leave your ass when he get to wherever he at.
Not me. I already
I
have
mean, not,
things happening with my life a little bit.
okay, maybe not you, okay,
Yeah.
but child, yes, honey, I baby, if a man had a red flag, I would run into them like a stop sign. It says stop, and I don't stop. I run straight into them.
Just bulldoze right through it. Just
But
no
I
stick
will tell
shift.
you this though, even though the SCX was not child, it was nothing to write home about. Like I always looked forward to it though. Like I don't know what it was. Like
The
I
imagination.
maybe it was just him. I just wanted like I enjoyed that part.
Oh, just having
Like
somebody
I
around.
no, it wasn't like no desperate shit, child. Do you see how many niggas like he got mad at a dude trying to holler at me on the bus, which the dude was very disrespectful though. Like
Ah,
he's sitting right next to me, and you over here asking me what my name is. Like Johnny's sitting right next to me, and dude's like, "Hey, excuse me, what's your name?" And I'm thinking to myself, like, "Damn, you fine. I can't tell you."
I'm good.
I was like, why?" He was like, "What's up? Like, what's the issue?" He was like, "No, no, no. I think I know her from somewhere." He was like, "Nah, bro, you don't know her." And when we was getting off the bus, the dude winked at me and he saw it. He was like, "Come on, come on, come on. See, this is why. See, this is why I don't want you wearing that." I was like, "Child, ain't got nothing to do with me wearing what I'm wearing." But we had a black. Oh, one time he told me, "You gotta go back inside and change. You gotta go back inside and change, or put some tights on." Child, yeah, it was
That's
just
true.
that was just a crazy summer. But like I told everybody, like I always fall in love in May, and we always end up breaking up. Like when the summer's over, it's the weirdest thing with me every
It's just
year.
it's just that season, season of breeding or something. I don't know.
Breeding. Not like I'm an animal.
Yeah,
Not
I
like I'm
almost
an
treat it like an
animal.
animal. Yes, I'm treating it like an animal.
We love someone, child.
No, see, I can't.
Yeah. Yeah,
When
me
Jay
too,
said it.
Ism.
Hmm?
Yeah, yeah, me too, Ism. Like that's the way it happens to me all the time. Like my ex recently, it's the same thing with him. The ex before that, the ex before that, the ex before that. The other story time that I told y'all, it started in the summertime. You remember the story time with the girl chasing me in the car because that man was in the car with me? Yeah. It's always, girl, it's always in the summertime. Cause I'm a Leo. So that sun be hitting me different, baby, in the summertime. The kids can't resist. And I can't resist either. Child.
Fireflies in the summer like glow and shit. Yeah, they're trying to find mates. So you might have been a firefly in that black
Everyone's
cake.
attracted to the sun in the summertime.
Because they get real hot and bothered if you know what I'm talking.
Oh, you're Sagittarius. No wonder I like you. I love Sagittarians. I love them. Those are some of
But
my
you're
favorite
gonna
people.
hate me. I'm a Pisces.
All my best friends are Sagittarius. Pisces are weird.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
That's crazy. Were you in the live the other day when the dude was like, so if I took Kate out on vacation to Boca Raton, I'm like, not what he say? What he say, Bora Bora? I think he said Bora Bora. Yeah, I think he said Bora Bora. He was like, if I take Kate out on vacation to Bora Bora, and I'm thinking to myself, because I talked to the dude too, I'll be like, yeah, you.
You could. But he told me, the dude that said that told me that if we were to meet, we have to meet inside of a church. We can't meet in my hotel room. I'm like, why? But it clicked to me why.
Mm.
Because you don't want to sin, and I'm going to make you sin. Time my Jonah was in the belly of the whale. Tough. You gonna, never mind. Child,
That
yes.
is crazy. But hey, you still got that one Catholic guy, so that's a W, you know.
Child, I don't want him. And I got yelled at the other day. Like I was talking to my ex, and I was just like, yeah, like every time, like you always bringing up that Dominican and da 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 da. I was like, child, I don't ever bring him up.
Wait, Kate, you're married, right?
No.
Oh, what did I think you were?
Oh, because like when I'm talking to people, sometimes I be like, I wouldn't want Christians around my husband and my children, which I don't.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that makes okay.
Nope. No, I don't mind being married, but kids, man.
Yeah, that's a problem. You know, kids having kids in this generation, horrible idea. Horrible idea, especially with dudes like Johnny running around. He gives us a bad name, and I'm like, damn, bro.
Oh, and come to find out, the only reason why I thought he had one child was because I just heard about one child. No, he has two with her.
Well, damn.
Mhm.
See, women, you gotta stop letting small dick dudes rock inside you, right? Let's not do that anymore.
And I'm trying to figure out because
Get a
I
measuring
see
tape.
she's a nice, thick girl, which makes sense of why he liked me because I got some meat on my bones.
Mhm.
But I'm not that thick, but she was thick, thick. And I'm thinking, how did that happen? I know damn well she wouldn't get no pleasure out of that.
I'm tired.
Right. A skunk, right? Who you call it? Who you calling forget? Right. Child. And that's one thing I don't like. Like, don't fake the funk. Like, boy, everybody at this place knew that we was together. Like, you would be checking dudes like to their face about me. You did not like nobody looking at me. And then when it comes to your baby mama, mama, you want to lie. Child, please. Child,
Yeah,
please.
he put up a front for real. That is insane.
Child. And I'm all for privacy. Like I don't believe your business is everybody's business. I'm all for privacy. But I do have an issue with it if you just gonna deny me. Yes, they do.
In Baltimore.
Jay, yes, they do. Yes, they do, honey. And baby, I can't deal with them. Can't.
Wait, do the small one because I would never know. Do they always want to be like power like tops or like bottoms?
I mean, I don't like. I'm a woman through and through. So you can't come to me and say, "Well, I want to bend over," because I don't have nothing for you to begin with.
Oh no, I was asking. Oh, I should probably ask Jay.
But to answer your question, T-Pain, I have been known to PEGG guys.
Well, there you have it.
Yeah, I have because a lot of them are really interested in trans women solely for that, and I don't have nothing for you, so I have to go to my closet and pull it out.
There you have it.
And baby, these are the ones with the grills in their mouth, the goals in their mouth.
Very active.
No, but they really are tough though. They are tough in real life.
All right.
T-Pain, I say T-Pain. Yeah, child, they do. Yes, child, they be.
Well,
child, yes.
Well, Jay, gonna tell you who, but
Like even like my ex was like bi, and my ex,
messed around with guys too, and he knew I wasn't gonna play that game. Like, no, now if you want to get that from somebody else, go ahead, but not from me, not at all.
That's so tough.
Yeah. Well, kids, it's been a fun night.
It
I done
was.
told y'all. I done told y'all enough of my business. I reckon we can do it all again tomorrow.
I'm down. You know, I'll
What are you about? What are you about to do, T-Pain? I mean, Six Pain. I'm so sorry.
I am going to continue these commissions and take a nap in between them.
Tonight?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get them all done by Friday.
Oh, Molly, that's what you're saying. I knew you was gonna say. See, okay, I was probably talking to Six Pain, and I kept saying T-Pain. My bad. Okay.